I meant to make this video on the 1st, but that didn't happen because I was in the hospital. But that's my point. That's what I want to talk to you guys about because I just find this really fascinating. And this might be a way for you guys to get through your days a little bit easier. So, have you ever noticed how much numerology really plays a part in your life? Have you ever stopped to analyze just how fascinating numerology can be and how you can better understand yourself and the general vibes of the day through numbers? Well, if not, this is a little trick. So on the first, on the first, you're usually going to experience something brand new. So say like always on the 31st or the 30th, you're going to experience like a closing of something, like, an ending or a passing or some sort of foundation is being laid, right? So then, for example, like the 31st, I was at my highest pain level and I'm like, I need to go and get into the hospital, go to the emergency room and try to see if we can treat this pain that I'm having, in my feet. That's been causing a lot of other issues. So we did that, which is foundation, because 3 + 1 is 4. 4 walls build a house. So we have a foundational change that day, a transformational change. And then the first was when I was admitted to the hospital. So we have a new beginning, right? One represents new beginnings and standing on your own 2 feet and being strong leadership, taking an active role in something and or a new idea, the birth of a new creation, birth of a new possibility, or just birth in general. So then we have the second is about partnerships, it's about relationships, it's about connectivity, it's about your emotional balance and your emotional self. Well, that day I spent a lot of time with Lynx, and she visited me in the hospital, and so did my dad. And we spent a lot of time together talking about, possibilities and looking forward towards the future and working on our communication as well. So that happened on the second. And then on the third is all about starting to make some real plans, starting to make some real headway. Maybe the second, a numerology can also be about making choices, making decisions, and deciding how we want to proceed moving forward. So then the third is going to come in, and that day was all about strategizing and planning, having forethought, and figuring out what are we going to do next? How are we going to make, the most of our week? What are we trying to accomplish while I am in the hospital, while Lynx is at home? What are we trying to create together? So then the fourth came around, and that was another foundational day because I went home. Fourth, four in numerology also represents home and foundation, lifestyle, daily routines. So all of the daily routines, everything that I experienced, I was discharged from the hospital and I came back home. So, it's so fascinating, right? It's so crazy because like all of the numerology adds up to something that's like the overarching theme of that day for me. So I'd love to know what you guys experience when it comes to your realities as well. So then we have the fifth, which is all about transformation. If you think about the actual number 5, like it goes one way, then it goes another way, and then it completely changes its entire shape and is completed. Like the number 5 itself is a very transformative symbol. It's transformation in actual number form. So that day you can have arguments, you can have, things kind of come to the surface, you can have tension. There's a lot of tension and, frustration. There's a lot of challenge that day and feeling kind of stuck sometimes, but it comes with a massive amount of transformation. Or, it might not even be that tense. It might be more about just something in your life changing, and it changes really rapidly, which is so cool, right? So then tomorrow we have the 6th. And tomorrow is about connections, it's about love, it's about inner harmony, it's about peace, it's about fulfillment in some way. So they can be something that's tested. Your emotional fulfillment could be tested, or it could be something that's really positive. And so it varies. And if you start paying attention to just what the numerology represents from 1 to 10, then you can start replaying some of the energies and start paying attention more to the themes of those days that are happening. It's really wild, and it's an amazing opportunity to get to really understand how numerology impacts your life. If you know what number the day is going to be, then you kind of have an overarching theme idea of how to tackle it, which means you can adapt a specific type of mindset, and that's going to allow for you to tackle that day with a new sort of reverence, because you're not going to be afraid of it. And you have some sort of like built-in armor that you put on, like how to manage the day. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm going to start sharing, the experiences that we have that correlate with numerology throughout our week, and just kind of see what happens. I'd love to know if you guys do this as well. Am I the only one? Let me know if you guys have any sort of correlations with numerology and like how it impacts your life. For me personally, I see the number 27 like all the time, and that's major transformation. It was 7 plus 9, so we have 9 being the wisest number there is, because it's experienced all the previous wisdom from from the previous numbers. So it's incredibly wise, it's incredibly adept as well. And I keep seeing that number comes to me a lot. Number 27 comes to me a lot. So love to know if any numbers come to you guys specifically, if you guys have any of that kind of energy that follows you around, and what do you think is going to come for day 7 or day 8? How do you feel that will transpire? All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.